feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hi everyone, welcome. If you are new here to the channel, welcome. And if you are my previous and subscribers, welcome back. And so for today's video, we're going to focus on the 2022 midterm election results. And we're going to kind of do like what would happen if the election was held today. So we're going to explore that in today's video. Now, if you want to see the results in specific chapters of this video, it will be timestamped in the description below and also in the comment section. So you can click the timestamp and it will take you to this certain section of today's video. So a little overview of what we're going to cover today. We're going to ask what's the popular vote? So who is the leading in terms of popularity? Is it the Republicans, the Democrats? And then we're going to move on to the Senate and who's going to win the Senate. Then we're going to move on to the House of Representatives. And then lastly, but not the least, we are going to ask the most important question of tonight. We are going to ask how would the losing party react to the results? And so that is the thing that we're going to ask today. Now, the reason why I waited so long to do this video for the month, I do this monthly. The reason why I waited for so long, because I knew things were going to start to develop, and I clearly right. Excuse me, I was clearly right that things were starting to develop as time went on. We obviously had the outburst between Joe Biden and Putin in Ukraine, and the Ukrainian prices, along with high gas prices and stuff like that. So there's a lot happening here. So as of now, the results always constantly change. Because just say you would do one midterm reading, it only gives you a potentiality of what would happen with the current energy. So much has changed since last month when I did it almost 1 month ago. And, the energy could be very different than what it is now. So I'm going to put this on your screen right now. And so again, this will be added to your screen if you want to see it. So let me see. Okay, so as you see here, we have the 2022 popular vote total projection. So as you see, from the month of November 21st to January 22, I did not cover the popular vote, which is why I put it 50-50 to be unbiased, of course. And so we're going to explore that further today and kind of see what the results are. As you see on the bottom of your screen, we also have the Senate 2022 midterm results and the House 2022 midterm. Now, you might be asking, Chris, why are you doing all this work for no reason? Well, it's to help me keep data, so when the time comes, I could put out the results and say, listen, this is all data that I collected for 2 years, and this is the energy that kept changing, and this is the most likely path. Right now, as of now in the Senate, if you add up all the total for the Democrats and the Republicans, the Senate will basically be 50-50 still, and on the House of Representatives, the Democrats will have around 243 seats total. So it is a pretty much of a definitive answer as of right now. So that's where we stand. So let's jump into it for the main part of today's video. So let's jump in. Before we do, I just want to quickly say that this video is being live streamed on February 28th, 2022 at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be going live tonight as well. If you want to join me tonight, I talk about my vision, dream that I saw when my very first vision as a kid when I was 8 years old, and it talks about nuclear war and stuff like that, and the guy and the god that I met. Very interesting, so I highly recommend you join tonight. It'll be around 8 o'clock at night. This is for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. All right, now, if you are new here, you don't know what the video looks like, just so you have an example of what I'll be doing tonight after this video. Here is a quick thumbnail, so you can kind of see it on your screen right here. That is the thumbnail. If you want to check out that video, that is what will be premiering tonight. All right, guys, let's jump into this. I don't want to waste more time. All right, let's do. Okay, so how we're going to do this, we're going to kind of use the Uno card, right? The green card represents the Democrats. Actually, excuse me, this is how we're going to do it differently. The blue represents the Democrats, the red represents the Republican. If the green comes out, that means the Democrats lose seats. Lose popularity by whatever numbers showed up on the card. Same thing for yellow. If the yellow showed up, it means the Republicans are losing. And if the red comes up for the Republican, that means that they are gaining popularity. And if the blue comes up, that means the Democrats are losing popularity. All right. So Spirit Saints will tell me, who is the popular party as of right now in the United States, or the popular vote, with the current energy going into the 2022 midterm, what will be the most popular party? Who will win the popular vote? Okay, we have Wild. Okay, so it's gonna be kind of like it's a mixture. As of right now, I feel like they don't know exactly who, so it's not gonna be a definite answer for when we get the results. Okay, so the first thing we get here is we got 2 Democrat, 2 8, 9, 3 flip. Okay. As of right now, it looks to me that the Democrats are still in the popular lead. So they are in the lead right now in terms of popular vote for the Democratic Party. We have 2 here, we have 8, we have 9, and 3. You add up them all together and you get the average. Let's do the average right now. So 3 plus 2 plus 8 plus 9 divided by 4. And that will be 5.5. So they will be leading in the popular vote by 5.5% against the Republican. And I'm gonna assume that that's about like we're gonna start at the base, the neutral base, which is 55, 50, and we're gonna go from there. So they're gonna be raising the thing to 55%. So I'm gonna show you that on your screen right now. Let me type this in. Okay, so we're gonna put this in here on your screen right now, and then we have I think it's 45, I believe. 25. Yeah, so that will be the result on the screen right here to see it. So that's as of right now, the Democrats are leading by almost 10%. So that's pretty good news already. So now the next thing that we're going to cover is we are going to cover the Senate results. So let's take a look at the Senate. So as of right now, you kind of see the Senate is very similar to where we are already with everything. Hold on, what's happening? There you go. Excuse me, I got lost. All right, so as you see here, we have the Senate results here, and this is what we got many times over the years. This data is pretty accurate, so hopefully we get more accurate reading today. So that is what we are right now. So let's take a look. Let's find out where the Senate people stand. Where does the Senate stand as of right now? If the election was held today. All right, so let's find this out through this. I'm going to use my homemade tower deck. Spirit Sands will tell me, where does the United States Senate stand in 2022 midterm election? Where does it stand as of right now? What party will win? Let's do that first. What party will win? Okay. Okay, so we have 61-39 Senate. Okay, so that is a filibuster-proof Senate, right? But we also have a Republican flip, and that's Congress, right? The Democrats own both the House of Representatives and also the Senate. So what actually right now is who's going to win the United States Senate and Congress. And as of right now, I'm going to ask the cards again to give me one specific card that focuses on Democrat or Republican. So we kind of have an idea who this is. Is this Democrat or Republican? Because it's flip Republican, and I don't want to say it's Democrat if it just means Republican. Okay, yeah. Okay, so here it is. All right. So the card comes up as Democrats lose. So as of right now, it looks and appears that with everything going on with Ukraine and all the misinformation that's going on, the Democrats will lose with 61-39 Senate seats. So we're going to put that into our screen right now. This is the first time the Republicans particularly are able to have this big of a margin. So we're going to put that in right now. So 61 for the Republicans. You see that entered into your screen. Again, things can very well change as the month move forward, but this is where we currently stand as of now. Okay, so that is the result. That is a very big margin. We're going to say that the Republican would end up, if the election was held today, they will obviously win in 2022 in the Senate. So you can clearly see that the Republicans are doing very well with everything that's going on. I think it's because people are blaming Biden for everything that's happening, even though it's not necessarily his fault. However, people will honestly blame whoever's in power for the problem. So there's that. Okay. All right, so let's go back. So this is the House of Representatives. In this House of Representatives seat, we have currently, as of right now, we have 199 for the Democrats and 212 for the Republicans. And that was back in January. And ever since August, ever since August, when Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, the Republicans took the lead in the House of Representatives in terms of tarot card reading, and the Democrats have not been able to gain it back. So let's see if they will gain back the House of Representatives. Let's take a look. The Spirit Angel tell me, will they be able to gain back the House of Representatives? Okay, excuse me. What would be the result of the House of Representatives if the election was held today, the 2022 midterm? What would be the cease? Flip it. Okay. Got too many cards, so when I put them back, who will win the House of Representatives? Who will win the House of Representatives seat and have the majority in 2022 after the midterm results? Okay. Personal favors. Nope. Nope. We don't have any here. We also don't have any here. So we're going to put these cards back. And let's see. Keep going. Nope. Nope. But we do have propaganda. We have that here. Right, politician. The House was also undecided. It was reversed. So the House is going to be decided. It's going to be a very historical election. We have lean Democrat here. Okay, now that we realize that, we have lean Democrat. So as of right now, the House of Representatives are leaning Democratic. Okay, so if the results were held today for the 2022 midterms, how much would the Democrats win by in the House of Representatives? It doesn't mean they're going to win in majority. They said they lean today. Okay, so we have a Republican hold. So it's going to be very tight. How much would the Democrats win in the House of Representatives in the 2022 midterm if it was held today? Okay. There you go. We got it. 215 to 222 C's. So exactly where they are currently right now. That's what I'm seeing here. Right. And you kind of see there 215 to 222. Currently, the Democrats won in 2020 with 222 representative seats. It will make sense that they have the same margin again. However, the reason why the lean card came up for the Democrats is particularly because they need 218 in order to maintain majority, and you can kind of see that it's in between the losing and the winning. So it can go either way. And that's why the Republican card comes up here. The sideways that the Republicans can very well win the House of Representatives. So I'm going to say it's tied. I'm going to say it's tied. I'm going to give the benefit of the result and put it towards 217 for both parties and see how that will play out. Now I'm going to do the math quickly. I think 217. Hopefully that math will add up to the correct number, which is 435, which is the amount of representatives that we have currently in Congress. So let's take a look. So 217, let's put that in, and put 217 as well. So we kind of talk about the competitiveness of the House of Representatives here. You can kind of see that it is very tight, very tight. And I would definitely say that it can go either way. There is no slim majority here. So yeah, so I'm times 217 times 2. So there's one seat that's up for grab, and that one seat will make the difference in determining who will win control of the House of Representatives. So as of right now, we don't know who's going to win. I'm going to put that as a toss-up. So right now, this is our very first time that we're going to declare that February 2022, the House of Representatives will be up for grabs. It's a toss-up. There is no definitive, clear answer that will determine who will win the House of Representatives. So that is what I'm seeing for the results in 2022. The last thing that we're going to cover in today's video, we are going to ask the question, how would the losing party respond to the results? Right, there's been talk of a potential of January 2nd. I don't know what just happened. The screen went black, so hopefully you can see me still. Hi, Rhonda. What's up, love? Oh my god, every time I do a video like this, I'm always like awkward. I don't know why. So I do apologize in advance. Can you see me and hear me? How would the losing party respond to the results? If it was held today, how would the losing party respond to the 2022 midterm results? The Republicans winning the Senate by a big margin, but the Democrats and the Republicans are narrowly in a toss-up column for the House of Representatives. How would they respond? How would the losing party respond? It could be the Democrats that's the losing party, it could be the Republican. How would they respond to the 2022 midterm results? How would it be respond? How would people respond to it? Okay. Okay. Here you go. All right, there you go. We got it. Okay, so this has to do with a lot. So let's take a look. So the first card that we have here is with trial. And the word trials here kind of talks about the fact that we're talking about misinformation here, bias reporting, bias court trials, false accusations. So I would not be surprised if people are making up fake things to try to get people riled up or get their base politicized. Right, that maybe they're going to stay and reenact what they did in 2020, say that there's been election fraud and stuff like that. And so there is obviously going to be a bias court, right? We have here as well, we have polled or wrong. Right? That's reversed. And the polls are actually right. So whoever the polls are saying is going to win, it's going to end up winning. However, there are people going to say, oh, the polls are wrong. They didn't predict this right. You know, they're biased, like they're wrong, stuff like that. The same narrative that we're already used to. The thing that's going to determine the result is the healthcare, the problematic aspect of how we handle the pandemic from one party to the other. We also have here as well, we have the intelligence agency, CIA, FBI, Secret Service. There might be some sort of thing where it becomes a political upheaval, havoc, or something is occurring that involved the intelligence agency. So maybe there might be some sort of hacking, there might be cyber warfare. It also could very well be an attack on our Congress in general, or an attack on a politician. That is very close. I'm also seeing here someone being very reverse and saying that they're going to do something to like maybe blow up the Capitol, for example, or something that's very outlandish that could be very dangerous if it was to be something that they're saying exactly what they're planning on doing. Underneath this witch trial here, we have the house up for grabs. Like I said, the house is up for grabs. We don't know exactly who's going to win, so this is further clarification already for today's video. We also have here as well electoral college margin. It comes up again. We have here, we don't know exactly who's going to win in the House of Representatives seats 215, 222. This card came up when it talked about the House of Representatives. So this is, again, clarification for what we already just read on. However, we do have here inauguration day reverse. And it tells me here that maybe potentially in some scenario that there's going to be Kamala Harris will not be president, at least not yet, until after probably the 2022 midterm. We're going to explore that in another video to kind of see will she become president under Biden. Past reading that I've done, I saw no, but that could very easily change. The trust of the nation, the trust of the world could take a toll on Biden. We do have as well, the next card that comes in is removed from power, not removed from power. So there might be potential for the Democrats to say that, oh my God, we don't know who's going to win the House of Representatives. Whoever wins is going to try to impeach the president. And so there's going to be something like that. There's going to be talks about that. Potentially you can expect Democrats to come out and try to get Democratic voters to come out and say that, listen, if you don't come out and vote, they're going to impeach your president. Right, but I don't know why they would consider doing that, because the Republicans don't like Kamala, so that would be kind of like a double whammy. Don't know why they would even bother doing that. We also have here foreign interference here. So foreign interference is going to take a step back, but I did say that there was going to be foreign interference in some way, so this could be like a cyber warfare, but we don't know exactly what country it is. Therefore, it's reversed to resemble the fact that we don't know exactly who's the enemy here. We also have here as well, if you look on the back of it, we also have women's rights, so abortion issues. It's going to be a big issue when it comes to the midterm election. And after that, we also have here the Republican flip. So potentially what this could mean now that we have our answer, that the Republicans will end up taking both the House and both the Senate. So I guess we can update that now and put on our screen right now and just put that one Senate seat. We can remove it and take it away from the toss-up column, and we can give the Republican control of the House of Representatives narrowly. So we're going to edit that right now. Got it clearly, the reading just said that it ends up going to the Republicans, and we're going to put here that the Republicans now take the lead in 2022, and they are expected to win both the House of Representatives and the Senate. So it appears as of right now that both the Senate and the House of Representatives will both end up going to the Republican Party. What this basically means is that the Democrats have failed, in a sense, to coalesce around the Democratic Party and get them out to vote. And because of that, the Republican Party ends up winning based on the idea of misinformation, and they've done it successfully. So that is what I'm seeing for today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I will see you all guys today later at 8 p.m. If you have not been here since the beginning of the video, I will be doing this live video later on, talking about my vision and what I saw when I was younger, when I was 8 years old, my very first vision. So if you're interested to see what I have to say in that video, I will put that video in the link below, or you can come join me later on tonight. If I don't see you, have a very beautiful night, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.